Well, are you a hopeless romantic?
Yes. Well, movie Maven Andrea Mays is a doctoral candidate at the University of New Mexico's Department of American Studies, and she joins us with picks for a good love story. Welcome back, Andrea.
Thank you.
Good morning. And Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's
Well,
Day.
let's take a look at a few all-time favorite romantic classics, because I know you picked out a few that you love. And topping the list, of course, is An Affair to Remember with Deborah Kerr and Cary Grant. Oh, my dad's hero, Cary Grant. Why did you choose this one?
Well, I chose it because it has all of the qualities that I think are really important in a romance.
Which are?
Love on screen is a lot like love in life. There's romance, of course there's love. There should also be some anxiety,
Yeah,
a little pain, a little drama, and certainly a great deal of hilarity.
Ah, that's
So.
a good thing.
And I
good
think
element.
happy endings, but I know not all of them. We'll talk about that in a minute. But
That's for sure.
well, we can't forget the screwball comedy romance Bring a Baby,
Yes.
starring Katharine Hepburn and Cary Grant too. That's another one.
That's another one, 1930s, directed by Howard Hanks. It is, to me, the paradigmatic or the blueprint for the screwball comedy movies that would follow it.
What are some of the elements in a screwball comedy?
Screwball comedies are lots of hilarity. Actually, they leave with a lot of hilarity, misunderstandings.
Yes. A lot of physical comedy, right?
A lot of physical comedy, unintentional romance.
Right.
And there's always something that you in the audience knows that the person on screen doesn't know.
I
Doesn't know.
love
And
that.
that's
I
why.
think that's a great element. It's kind of like a sitcom in a way, too.
Absolutely.
And of course, the contemporary romance dramedies are also some of everybody's favorites. We'll start with one of the best chick flicks ever. I still love it. Sleepless in Seattle with Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks. Talk about happy endings. Why do you love this one?
I love it for all of the reasons that I've said, all of the qualities that romantic movies have. I also love it because it references other romantic films.
Yes, good
It
point.
references Affair to Remember with
good
the ending.
point.
So it's a very it's just a really charming movie. Rosie O'Donnell's wonderful, and there are great gag moments in it.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta love those. And you also, I know you also love one of my favorites, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yes, How to Lose a Guy in 10
What are some of the
Days.
other ones? Yeah, I was going to ask you. The contemporary.
I think How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is wonderful.
funny one.
Lot
Love
of
it.
moments where you know the moments that the characters
they don't know.
Right?
Yes.
Another great one is Hitch.
Oh, I
Yes,
love that
Hitch
movie.
is so good.
With
Love it.
Will Smith
Yes.
and Eva Mendes. Another really funny movie, and a lot of drama as well.
Yes.
Because it's a story about
And
people
Valentine's Day, too,
seeking
right?
someone to, seeking some way to find a love, right?
Yes,
So
and there's always got to be some way that you can find it in the end, but you have to work through so many obstacles
Right.
on the way there.
Definitely.
And we love that because we're always rooting for somebody in these kind of movies, you know?
Exactly.
And that presents a lot of different characters that are archetypal sort of screw-ups.
Exactly,
Right, who are looking
exactly.
for love, which is a great...
So true.
Personally, I like happy endings. So we all know in real life and even in movies, sometimes the stories don't have a happy ending.
So true.
Let's talk about some of the epic, tragic romance movies. And what's more tragic than Love Story?
Definitely.
Starring Santa Fe resident Ally McGraw and Ryan O'Neal right there.
This movie kills me.
It's a wonderful, it's another one of those movies that's kind of, this is the model, right? Somebody has to die in a tragic romance.
Oh, I do not like those.
Things are going great, somebody dies.
me tell
That
you,
is one of the earlier tragic romances. One of the elements I think that makes that movie really beautiful is it's also sort of the classic across the track story.
Yes.
Right? He's the rich
yes.
preppy at Harvard, and she's the working class girl from Boston. So I think that's
It's like
a really,
Romeo and Juliet.
I could cry just watching it. And Bridges of Madison County, I know, is another favorite of yours. I watch that movie all the time. I bawl my eyes out, especially when he says his main line about a love like this only comes but once in a lifetime.
Yes. Yes. Until it
But
comes
not
again.
but not a
Until
happy
it comes
ending.
again.
Until it's all gone and said. What other ones do you like in that department?
In that department, I love Bridges of Madison County is great. Out of Africa
Oh yeah, another
is
Meryl
based, and it's based in fact. It's actually based on the writings of Isaac Dennison, who fell in love with socialite Dennis Finch Hatton, the sexual son of an earl. And it's one of those tragic. We don't really get the full weight of the tragedy for the writer
Exactly.
Alec Dennison, but it's wonderful.
Let me ask you, what about The Notebook? Where would that fall? Just what would you? Because it's kind of sad at the end. There's kind. You don't care for that one. too
Well,
much.
you know, no, it's one of those movies that mixes genres, and I think all good love stories, all good movies, I think, are movies that reflect our lives. And our lives are
Yeah.
not just comedy, they're not just tragedy.
That's right.
They're not just screwball, hopefully.
There's a
Probably
lot of
not.
elements. There's
There
a
are
lot of elements.
So
Even, I don't want to interrupt you, but even the Western romances, they always have a great story of struggle and love. And one of the best is Dances with Wolves.
Oh,
Oh my
love this
gosh,
one.
Kevin Costner, amazing.
Definitely.
Why
And
do you love this one?
I love it. Well, I also, I think it's another movie that mixes genres. It's a great first date movie if you want to see if you
good
can
point.
sit in the dark with somebody for 3 hours because it's very long. But it also has a lot of sort of human elements. It's a love story not only about a character who falls in love with a woman, Mary McDonnell, who
Yeah.
plays the lead, but it's about a man who falls in love with the people.
That's right.
And so it's a
Broader
bigger
story.
story
Yeah.
about love.
Agreed.
Right.
Wow, so many good ones. And of course, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, the movie where
Action
it
comedy.
all happened, where they
Yeah.
started to fall in love in real life.
That is a movie that is as enjoyable on screen as you're imagining it probably was off screen.
Yes,
Mr. and
Mr.
Mrs.
and
Smith,
Mrs.
you can
Smith.
only, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Andrea, thank you so much. Great
Thank
tips. And
you.
now you know exactly what you should be watching this weekend with your loved
Right.
one or alone.